Hey y'all, so I just wanted to check in. So I don't think I had said anything, but I am pregnant. I found out that I was pregnant about 2-3 weeks ago, but I just got it confirmed about 2-3 days ago. I am 7 weeks and 1 day pregnant as of today. I'm going to try to make like a weekly update, or maybe like while I'm here in the beginning, it might not be weekly, but it might be weekly. I am grateful that I haven't had like morning sickness to the point where I'm like throwing up. However, I am at the point where I'm sick all day long. So that's always fun. Currently, I am at work right now. I just opened up the pool. So I was like, well, the lighting is pretty good. Let me go ahead and make my video out here. Let me actually sit down for a minute. So yeah, I am 7 weeks and 1 day pregnant. My due date is February the 20th of 2026. So got a ways to go. I'm only like a month and a half in. I'm really excited, but there's a lot that's happening to me that I was not ready to happen to me, if that makes sense. I have noticed that with every new week, there's always like a new symptom. Like when I first found out I was pregnant, I had to roughly be around like the 4-week mark. I think the only thing that I had at that point was like body aches. Like my hips were killing me, my back was hurting. I was kind of tired. I was tired, but I wasn't sleeping. I was just like laying down all the time. And then I didn't want to have sex. So I knew something was wrong with me because I was like, wait, I am not wanting to do that. So the thing was, I took a pregnancy test and got a positive test June the 14th. I had a negative test June 10th, June 6th, June 3rd, May 30th, and then like May 22nd. Like I was taking tests because I was like, something is wrong. And I had also missed my period. I hadn't had a period since April 21st. I didn't really know what to think because I am known for my periods to be inconsistent since I've had like the IUD, and after having an IUD, like it just kind of shows up when it wants to, which made it very difficult for me to track ovulation. Even though it made it difficult to track ovulation, I was still trying to track my ovulation. So I was using like the clear blue ovulation test. I had been taking those or using those for about 3 to 4 months. Then I also was like tracking my ovulation through the app. And you know, one thing I will say, I'm glad I did both, because if I was solely relying on the app to tell me when I was ovulating, I never would have got pregnant. I was taking the ovulation test. Those are obviously more accurate than the app because it's tracking your body. My fertile day ended up being like 5 days before what the app told me. And I remember when I took the test, one day it was like low ovulation. The next day it immediately went to high ovulation, and then the third day it was peak. And I was like, wait, this is not supposed to be a peak day. I'm still, according to my app, I'm still supposed to be a low ovulation day. It's crazy because when I tracked back with my doctor, that's actually the day that I ovulated and got pregnant. So it's crazy how that worked. I'm saying all this to say, my fiance and I were actively trying. He wanted to like make an appointment for him and I both to go and get like fertility checked, like get his sperm count checked, get my fertility checked. Now he already has 2 kids. I was like, I think you're okay, but he wanted to go check anyways. And I actually have to cancel that appointment because I did make the appointment. But yeah, those were like some of the early symptoms that I was having. Like I said, the hip pain, back pain, my breasts were getting like sore, and you know, to the point it felt like period cramps times 3. Like it just like, it didn't feel like period symptoms times 3. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel normal to what I was used to. I've never been pregnant before. I never tried to get pregnant before. I've always just been on birth control. But here I am in week 7. I just started week 7. Every Friday is a new week. So today's Saturday. Things that I've been experiencing, I'm just gonna say over the past 2 weeks, between week 6 and 7, I've been sleeping a lot. Like naps after work, like 2 to 3 hour naps after work, then sleeping through the night, naps at work on my lunch break, Food aversions, if I eat, then it makes me feel great immediately, and then about 30 minutes later I feel horrible. But if I don't eat, I feel horrible anyway. Don't really have anything that I'm craving per se at this point. Maybe like a lot of beef. I've been eating like a lot of burgers and that's kind of been what I've been wanting. I think the most notable thing is extreme nausea and fatigue. Like today is actually a great day. I feel great today, but these past 2 days have been horrible for me. Actually last night was really bad, the 4th of July. My fiance, he was like, you want to go look at fireworks? I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I've just been laying in the bed in the room by myself with all the fans on me, with the air on like 60, not want to do nothing. I have a cold compress over my head. Like, it felt, I've been having hot flashes, overheating, and I just had a headache. And that's the thing that was new. I had a headache. I haven't had headaches this whole time. And it got so bad to the point I took a Tylenol last night, and I didn't want to. And even though I know Tylenol, they say it's safe, I just really was trying to avoid, taking medicine as much as I can. But I took one Tylenol extra strength last night that knocked me out, because I think it gave me some relief to the point that it allowed me to sleep, and I could kind of feel it working. And then, I kind of woke up from that nap and felt great, ate a little bit, and then, went right back to sleep. But I didn't go back to sleep with a headache, so that was great. But yeah, that is kind of like my intro to being pregnant video. Like I said, I am 7 weeks and 1 day today. I'm really, really excited, y'all. Everybody thinks I'm having a girl. I kind of want a boy, but I also now that everybody thinks that I'm having a girl, I want a girl now too. But I've always wanted a boy, y'all. I always wanted my first child to be a son. But I'll take whatever I can get. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these videos every week. So my next pregnancy update that y'all should see from me should be like an 8-week video, unless anything changes. But it should be like my 8-week update, and it might be next Saturday, and it might be me sitting in this spot right here. But we did opt in to do genetic testing. I can do that as of like 10 weeks. So I actually have to call Monday. I didn't make the appointment yet because we were trying to get some insurance information straight. But at 10 weeks, I'm going to go in to do genetic testing. One thing that I really wanted to do that for was because I have the history of sickle cell in my family. Like, my dad has the sickle cell trait. I'm not even sure if I have the sickle cell trait. But in the African American community, that is something that is very possible. And my fiance, he doesn't know what he has, at all. So I think we're both from like a generation where our parents didn't really talk to us much about like what goes on in our family, and we're at the point now where we want to know for our own health and for the health of our kids too. So we're gonna do that at the 10-week mark. I'm gonna try to record that, but if I don't record it, I'll definitely go over the results. But yes, y'all, I am pregnant, and I am excited, and I'm just so happy to be on this journey with y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep y'all updated with everything. But yeah, I don't really have that much of a bump. I don't know if you can tell. I'm relatively a small girl, y'all. I am 125 pounds. That's my normal, between like 120 and 125. When I went to the doctor, they told me I was like 127, so I gained 2 pounds, and that could have been because I just ate right before the appointment. So we're gonna see how that goes. The next video hopefully will be a little bit more structured, but I really, really want to make a video because I realized I hadn't told y'all that I was pregnant, and this is kind of my life now. So love y'all. Bye.